Hey, it's me, Orange Music. Guess what? I'm here. You know what I'm saying. And welcome to my political life video blog. This could be a season premiere. I just wrote this yesterday on my after Labor Day is over with. Trust me about that. So who knows? Keep me civilized. But here's your worst nightmare that you don't want to know about this one. About Fox News host, critics, says the leftist worldview has been destroyed. Oh, really? This is how it feels about Hurricane Harvey has been helped. Because here's how it happens. Listen to this from Jesse Waters and see what I'm talking about. Listen to this.
President Trump hasn't left Washington yet, but he's already getting criticism from the left for his trip to see Harvey victims in Texas and Louisiana tomorrow.
Wow.
We all talked about how insensitive it was for him not to mention the victims in his first trip.
Right! Did I hear everybody says Al Sharpton? Yeah, he's the host of this radio syndicated show, Keeping It Real. A real syndicated radio show on SiriusXM's Urban View. And what about Politics Nation? Yeah, MSNBC. Let's see. I hate to break this to you, but I gotta rewind this. Listen to this.
We all talked about how insensitive it was for him not to mention the victims in his first trip.
Not to mention to what?
Should not be to remake or redo
Not to mention to
what
what?
he didn't do the first trip.
Not to mention
he
to
ought
what?
to say we're making immediate funding available. We're going to put FEMA people on the street to handle debris. He needs to come in with a proactive agenda rather than a makeup for the debacle he did the other day.
Excuse me, Mr. Sharpton. I think you got the wrong idea. I think you got the wrong idea. You try to fit that whole narrative about this one because everybody knows this. You told MSNBC's own Joe Scarborough, Morning Joe Schmo, about this one. Because you don't get it, do you? I see how you are. I see how you are. Because, Greg Gutfeld, co-host of The Vibe, and I bet Greg Gutfeld has hosted his own show on Saturday nights on Fox's channel called The Greg Gutfeld Show, and I haven't watched it, but never mind, I won't say. But anyways, I want you to listen to your own darn words about this one. Try to criticizing everybody else, because Greg Gutfeld will shut you down, Al Sharpton, and the rest of the liberal media bias pressure people, buffoons, Smurfs. As far as we're concerned, you must learn about this one. Listen to this from there's more. Go on.
So that's the new narrative, Gutfeld, that he blew it on the first trip, and now this is a makeup trip. Is anybody believing that?
Well, you shouldn't believe anything from Sharpton. There are 5 words for him: shut up and go away.
Thank you. You see? Told you. Greg Gutfeld shutting you down. That's right. Shutting you down, Mr. Sharpton. And you try to keep it real about this? You wish. But there's more to that story. Watch this.
This is a guy who has lived his life about himself. One of the most self-serving hustlers of our time. He's the exact opposite of what you see in the streets of Houston and everywhere. It's funny. Traditional leftists like him are in malfunction mode. This is why you're seeing them now blame Trump for this or for that. They're trying to find a narrative that matches their grim worldview because Harvey has destroyed their worldview. There's no more division. There's no more bigotry. There's no more racism, conflict.
Yeah.
All you're seeing 24/7 is unity, Americans, all the time working together. So they go like, well, what can we do now? Let's go after Trump because that might work. Just another note about what Harvey has done, one of the positive things, offers a contrast to things like Twitter. Twitter encourages antagonism because it's not face-to-face interaction. So I can attack you or you because we never actually know each other. You can't find one example in Harvey coverage of negative human interaction. You can't find one because it's face-to-face. It's human. You can't. There's nothing. There's no antagonism, and it shows you the contrast between why people have to talk to each other rather than tweet at each other.
And it also,
Yes, and you see, and you see why, because everybody knows can be civilized about fitting the narrative about Hurricane Harvey, because Hurricane Harvey, I don't know what happens. That everybody knows that Hurricane Harvey knows about, all that going on, because they help each other. Because everybody knows, you've seen the footage, you've seen images and photos and all kinds of stuff. That everybody's saving lives inside Hurricane Harvey. And now everybody knows that, Mister, let me put this right for you. There's no way, there's no agenda for you, Mr. Sharpton. Yeah, you. There's no way about this one. Because you just to be at exact opposite in the streets of Houston and all that. And what about traditional leftists? Yeah. Let this be a lesson. That all of you leftist idiotic creep buffoon smurfs, you just been malfunctioning it. You drink the whole Kool-Aid down to size. You drink it up. And now look what happens. You are so wishy-washy. For once. This is what you get. To messing with Hurricane Harvey. There's no way to do this. People saving lives about Hurricane Harvey. Many it take days, it takes weeks to help this great state of Texas knows about. Because American Red Cross does this, and so is Episcopal Fund, and they can do it too. And I'm very proud of it to do this because everything else can be civilized about anyone else, because working together could be a unit, putting pieces together like a puzzle and all that. And the moral of the story is this.
Very quickly, just to tack on to Greg's point, because I think you're absolutely right. And it's the difference between how you view human nature.
Yeah.
So if
That's
you
right.
view human beings as senseless and needy and incapable of thinking for themselves, and ultimately as bad people who, when they lose everything, then they will attack each other, you are a statist.
Yeah.
However, if you are someone who believes that human nature is ultimately good, and people will come together in the face of a crisis, well, then you're a decent person, probably a libertarian, and you see people relying on each other, right? Relying on each other, relying on their neighbors, accepting the help, but more than that, like reaching out and helping as many people as they possibly can for the sheer sake of helping people.
Right.
Yeah, I guess Joel Osteen then isn't on.
Yeah, shut up. Come on. I don't want to hear that. That's why Greg Gutfeld and Kennedy from Fox Business is right. You liberals are being overdriving to this one. It's because let's work together. I don't care if you're all of you conservatives, us conservatives, or Democrats, or I don't care. You cannot, it cannot box each other. You cannot trash each other. You cannot do that. And what I'm hearing from those no good for nothing mainstream liberal media bias people, buffoons, smurfs, are, a liberal agenda, trashing this. That is no way to do this. That is no way to do this. You see Al Sharpton? You need to wake the hell up and stop trashing us conservatives or whatever it happens. And please, you do this again, I'm gonna shut my mouth and close my ears, and I don't want to hear, because I'm not gonna listen to I'm not gonna listen to you, Mr. Sharpton, because you're not keeping it real at all. Period. Now, do I make myself clear? Please, if you want to donate the Red Cross for Hurricane Harvey, do that. And we'll be just fine, as always. Keep in touch with our prayers for our people and people in Houston, Texas. And let's keep this safe, as always. And please don't even listen to that Al Sharpton idiot. And so is those no good for nothing mainstream liberal media bias pressure people, buffoons, smurfs, ever again. End of story. Thank you, Greg Gutfield. You too, Kennedy. Now it feels good to be back again. Like I said in WWE history, no mercy. And as always, that's my political life season premiere video blog story, and I'm sticking to it. No questions about it. Bye. See ya.